Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue, to include shorts as well as community posts. So I do want to thank all you guys here on YouTube who follow both the shorts and the community post as well. But of course, we have all those on New Tech, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. For your guys' continued support is greatly appreciated.
We start things off from the Daily Mail. Study settles debate on the best time of day to exercise for fat loss. Now, I find this fascinating because it culminates several things that I'd like to talk about for the Friday Vlog. One of them being is I have recently started working out. I have been since the end of April. And my philosophy has always been, when anyone can do it 5 a.m., I can do it 5 p.m. Now, the argument, of course, is that it's up to the individual. So many things that we do when it comes to our diet, when it comes to our health, when it comes to our lives, it's up to the individual. You know, what works best for you? What is going to work best for you? Because there's this idea, you know, in our cultures, regardless of where you're from, is that there's this one size fits all for everyone when it comes to diet and health and wellness and success. You know, there's always this formulaic system that we develop as individuals, and then we try to find through metrics and analysis and experts and all this, you know, what is the right thing to do. Ultimately, it's going to be you. It's going to be up to you. I mean, look at relationships. When it comes to relationships, you know, you can view it from a logical, analytical standpoint that people are biologically compatible, but that doesn't mean that the individuals are going to get along, right? There's a value system. Right? There's things that those individuals have to share in common that enable them to have a nourishing and fostering relationship. So I don't think there's a one size fits all, but I think this is kind of amusing to me because, as I said, I work out when I have the time to do it, and in the evening is the best time for me. So it's the age-old debate. What time of day is best to work out? Now, I've never really had that debate with anybody whatsoever. I just work out when I can. But now an intriguing new study seems to have answered this question. Researchers in Spain found that those who worked out at 6 p.m. doing running, cycling, or another activity had lower blood sugar than those who exercised in the morning. The scientists argued that this suggests that late exercisers had both a more active metabolism and were better able to resist hunger pains. That's amazing to me. So suddenly now, is everyone going to change their schedules now? Is everyone suddenly going to start working out at night? I know people work out when they can. I mean, it's really just kind of a, as I said, individual thing, your scheduling, but there is this preoccupation. There is this notion of what is the most ideal of everything. What is the most perfect thing for this? What is the most perfect thing for that? Ultimately, it's going to come down to the individual. This meant they would both burn more calories during the day and consume less energy, they suggested. Now, I can be a morning person or I can be a late person. And unfortunately, I've gotten into a really terrible, bad habit of staying up as late as 4 a.m. or even 5 a.m. and then going to bed. It's absolutely awful. It was very painful when I had to go to jury duty, as you can imagine, because I had to be at court, in the jury box, waiting area, in the, you know, at 8:30 in the morning. So you can imagine how difficult it was for me to be there that early in the morning. But as I said, it's really individual based. You know, normal muscle cells become less able to absorb blood sugar in the evenings. Researchers suggested because insulin drops at this time. But exercise in the evening boosts insulin levels, making it easier for cells to absorb sugar from the bloodstream and burn it for energy. For the study, researchers tracked 186 40-something Spanish adults for 2 weeks, most of who were obese. Each participant wore an accelerometer to track exercise and continuous blood glucose monitor to track blood sugar. So there you go. So that I don't know if it settles anything other than gives people who work out in the evening something to brag about, right? Because I'm going to shift over here to, is waking up at 4 a.m. really the secret to being a successful person? Now, see, here's the thing again. Here's the one-size-fits-all mindset of culture and society of this metric system, this formulaic system that people have of when is the best time to do this, when is the best time to do that. You know, all this metric-based ideological, philosophical arguments that happen, I find it fascinating. While the rest of the world sleeps, a select few are rising. So what is that supposed to mean? So it's like people like to argue too. So why is it called lazy if you want to get up late in the morning, but not lazy when you go to bed early, right? It's fascinating. But anyway, so 4 a.m., get up, what counts as early? The average Briton sets their alarm at 6:47 a.m., probably here in the States as well. But studies show that most people snooze their alarm for another 25 minutes before actually getting out of bed. I don't do that. I know that medical professionals and fitness individuals have always said, when you get up and get out of bed. A study by the University of Westminster found that people who woke up early between 5:22 and 7:21, wow, those are very specific times, have higher levels of a stress hormone than those who have a leisurely morning. That would be me. But a dawn wake-up is also when most CEOs jump out of bed. Interviews conducted by The Guardian in 2013 found that all of the successful CEOs got out of bed immediately, which is what I do. I don't like to linger in bed, really. I mean, if I'm up and I'm awake and I either go back to sleep or I'm up. There's no way I'm going to just sit there and lounge in bed. I can't do that. That's just not me. I don't think that any of that constitutes or is a measure from which to determine who is a successful person and who is not. But I just found it interesting that we have these trends, of course, and we have these fads, these concepts within our culture of when is the best time for this, when is the best time for that, how we should live this way, how we should eat, how we should dress, how we should talk, how we should engage with things, when we should get married, how many children you should have. All these things are constantly going through our culture. But for me, I started working out in April. I work out or I do my exercise in the evening usually, and that's the best time for me. And of course, you know, just like my schedule with releasing videos and that sort of thing, there's a certain time that I release them as well. I don't think that there's any one time, one way, one size fits all way of living and conducting your life. So I just thought it was kind of amusing that these debates continue on as to how people should conduct their lives and how they should do this and how they should do that. But nonetheless, let me know down in the comments if you live by such this. There's some kind of saying, can't remember what it was, that about living by the clock, always living by that clock. But that metric system, that methodology, that formulaic system, to me is just, just not something for me. I'm more of a finesse person, right, when it comes to that. But I'd like to get your thoughts down in the comments. Are you guys working out? Have you started working out? You know, have you been on these diet programs and these programs? Have you tried the 4 a.m. wake-up calls, those sorts of things? Let me know down in the comments. Have you done any of those things? Or you're going to be like me, a staunch individual who goes about conducting their life because, you know, you do what you have to do that makes your life efficient for you. And that's just kind of the way I look at it. But nonetheless, guys, that's what I had for you this Friday.
All right, guys. So there you have it. We've wrapped it up. The Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. And of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to. So follow me there on social media, as well as my affiliate marketing. That would be Amazon. So if you're a Prime member or you order frequently from Amazon, by all means, use that landing page. It does help out the channel. And if you're interested in a virtual private network, that would be a VPN. I have that available for you guys down there. All helps out the channel. But of course, your likes and your shares and your comments do help the channel, and it's helping very much here on 2024 on YouTube. They've made some changes yet again. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a video on that or not, but they are making changes to the way our content is discovered. So not necessarily any different than what it is now. We're not entirely like shadow banned when it comes to searches for us. But of course, when you look for anything news media related, it's going to give you, of course, the mainstream media on YouTube. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. And I'll see all you appearing there on the screen. Yes, we nearly forgot, or I nearly forgot. Appearing there on the screen, that'll be the channel icon you guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you'll know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys behind the Galaxy phone camera next week.